Hi, everybody. Well, have you ever had that moment, when you're playing like a video game, a trivia game or something? You're in trivia, and somebody asks a question, say, who is the actor who played this role? And you're there, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then 4 or 5 questions later, you go, oh, it's Christopher Reeve. You remember the name. Well, I'm like that every day in life. So when I'm on a cruise, especially one that's filled with North American passengers, I do get recognized a lot, and I love it. I love interacting with people. I love talking to people and saying hi. Anybody who's been on this ship with me this week knows I will talk and talk and talk, as long as they want to, as much as we can. So I always say that if you see me on a cruise, never be shy. Come say hi, whatever you want, no problem. But when you meet people so often, and sometimes it's like once. I meet somebody once on a ship in 2021, and then I meet them a year and a half later in 2022. I'm not going to remember everybody's name. I might remember the face. If you mention the cruise, I'll go, oh, okay, I remember that. But I'm not always going to remember everybody's name. I just meet too many people to possibly remember everybody's name. But do you ever come across that time when you see somebody and you know them? And you're going in your head, yeah, I know this person, but you don't want to let on that you don't. You don't want to say, sorry, I don't know who you are. Because for all you know, it's the captain of the ship, right? In plain clothes. He could be the vice president of Carnival Corporation. You don't know where you're remembering this person from. And I had this happen to me in New York City because, I watch a ton of YouTubers out there. I don't watch TV anymore unless it's sporting event. I'll watch my Senators, my Blue Jays, I'll watch football. But other than that, I hardly watch TV at all anymore. But I'll watch YouTube, and so I'll watch other cruise vloggers. I'll check out Emma, I'll check out Tony. I watch Cruise Radio, I watch ECC Travels, I'll check out Sharon, I'll check out, Cruise Tips TV. I check out a lot of people, so I'm sure that I'm not maybe missing out on something or a story that I might feel that everyone might want to cover or talk about, or anything that might be of interest. And sometimes if I watch, say, Emma from the UK, she has a completely different perspective on ships coming from the UK than somebody in North America does. Perfectly understandable, right? I like to get all those points of view, so I watch so many people. And I was heading to the elevator, heading to meet somebody up on deck 11 to look at the skyline in New York City, and a gentleman comes up to me and he goes, "Hey Don, how are you?" And I'm going, "Oh crap, I know this person, but don't say you know this. Don't pretend you don't know." "Yeah, nice meeting you." And then he goes, and we carry on a conversation. I'm going, in my head, as we're carrying on the conversation, the bells and the whistles are turning in my head. Where do I know him from? I know him. I know him. I know him. And then he says goodbye, and he walks away. He's heading off the ship. He's got a hotel room there. He came on board to cover the ceremony and that. And I'm going, okay, great. And I knew he was something in the media of some kind, because he had a tripod on the back, slung over his shoulder, and that's why the bells are ringing and ringing and ringing. And he says goodbye. He starts heading down the stairs, and I head into the elevator. And as the elevator doors are closing, I'm sitting there and I'm going, crap! It's Doug! It's Doug Parker from Cruise Radio. I know Doug. I watch Doug every morning. But in my head, I'm watching Doug. He was just on, I believe it was a Carnival ship. He just did a live in Miami. I did not think anything that he was on this ship, because I just came from 13 days across the ocean, and he wasn't on that sailing. I don't believe, anyway. If you were very sneaky, Doug, because I didn't see anywhere. So, Doug, yes, I know who you are, Doug. And yes, I had a brain fart. A complete brain fart on that. And I think Doug knew it because he made a comment on it, joking around on his video there in the morning, and I responded. And he goes, yeah, you kind of looked like the gears were turning, but nothing was registering. And I said, Doug, yeah, in my head, I think, yeah, that's my life, Doug. I have that. I will admit, I am a horrible person with names. A horrible person with names. Faces and everything, yeah. Events and situations, no problems. Hey, Don, I was with you, and we were in Cartagena, and those guys were coming after us trying to sell us hats, remember? And I was the guy who was in the blue shop. I remember. I will remember that person. Names. I mean, Tony, good buddy of mine. He's lucky I remember his name. Yeah, and in case you're wondering, that's why, you know, at the end of a cruise, they always send you those surveys asking if anyone stood out or what your service was and things like that on board. Now, that is a very, very important thing to the crew members, because the more they get recognized, they can win special prizes, they can win internet packages, they can also, that's how they are told if they can get promoted sometimes or not, right? If they get outstanding service as being a stateroom attendant, then they might get moved up to being a concierge, that might get moved up to being into the butler services. It's a promotional thing. Even your waiters get to be, become maitre d's and the service staff, and they work, that's how they work up. So those comments are very, very good. But me, I don't remember everybody's name that I want to, so I've learned a trick. I now take a picture of that person with their name tag. So when I get off the ship, I have these pictures on my phone with the name tag. If I want to recommend anybody and mention anything during that survey, I don't have to struggle trying to remember names. That's a good thing. But if I don't have that picture, I'm not exactly the sharpest pencil in the pencil case and the quickest oar on the boat, that's for sure sometimes. And yeah, it's a little embarrassing, but I did it. I knew he was. I just could not come up with Doug's name, and I could not just, trying to picture where I see him. And where I normally see him is not in front of an elevator. It's usually on my computer screen with Cruise Radio shirt right there. Sorry, Doug. It's a thing.